Yes, indeed.
I'm curious, Coach, when a deal like the one that was made for Larry Nance goes down, how involved are you in the front end of that? Is that Neil just going out and getting the guys? Here you go, Chauncey. Are you saying I need a guy like this and go out and finding one, or how does that play out? What's your involvement?
Yeah, I think that's Neil and I spending time together with him, kind of understanding how I want to play, what type of guys I think will be really good. Um, you look at the best players on your team and you say you need other players that can exaggerate, you know, their strengths. A guy like Larry is one of the best in the league at rolling and catching it on the roll and making a secondary play, but also finishing. On the defensive side of the ball, he allows you to play small ball five sometimes. He allows you to switch things in pick and roll situations. He just gives you a ton of flexibility out there. So, you know, when those type of deals are made, you know, Neil obviously, you know, they do their due diligence and do their thing, and then they'll come to me and say, you know, what do you think? You know, I don't think that's how they're gonna do it every time, but that's kind of how that one went down.
But clearly, he wanted to know that this guy fits what you want. I know there's
Yeah.
other guys out there rumored the Blazers might want this guy, that guy, but
Mhm.
I told other people that didn't necessarily fit what you want in terms of say a 37-year-old veteran maybe can't move as well.
Mhm.
Nance fits that.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense to have that type of you know, collective collaboration, if you will, you know, between the coach and the front office, because you know they may value a guy and see a guy differently than the way that I do, but they want him and they don't really fit, but you want him to play. You know, and everybody want to win, so we all got the same goal. So I think it's just good when you can have that type of open communication.
Dame just taking today off?
Yeah. I mean, you know, Olympics, married man.
Were those his reasons?
Give him a little break. Give him a little
I'm a
break.
married man. I need to
Do you walk in and say, gold medal coach, give me a day off?
Nah.
Hey, Coach, when you played, did you have a comfort level as far as how many guys were in a rotation?
When I played,
Yeah.
I always kind of thought like when I played, you know, some teams are deeper than others, Jason. So some of my deep teams, in a normal situation, 9 is the rotation. You know, back-to-backs, obviously, you might play 10 or 11. Guys a little tired, whatever. But normally, I think 9. I mean, and even last year in coaching, I thought the sweet spot was 9, especially when your best players are going to play 34, 35, 36, whatever. You can't play everybody, you know. It's just tough to do.
Tony's still a no-go, right?
Yeah, Tony still didn't practice yet, but he's doing fine, though.
Chauncey, what do you think about the rule change that they're instituting about contact issues and not allowing kind of the unnatural motions to get called? Both as a player and as a coach, kind of what are your thoughts on changing that up a bit?
I mean, I like the fact that they've taken that out of the game. I mean, guys, I was a guy, obviously, they would have took me out of the game early if I couldn't do all that crazy stuff. But so I used that to my advantage, similar to the, you know, CP and Trey Youngs and, you know, those guys, they just beat the system, you know. But I call it gamesmanship. It just is what it is. You find a loophole and you find a way to exploit it. This is what it is. But now the referees in the league, they've caught up with it. And so, you know, guys will still find their ways, I'm sure. You know, they're smart, they're talented. So they'll still find their ways to do it, you know, to get on the free throw line. But I think it's smart of them to take some of those plays out.
Can you describe what you've been seeing from this year so far?
From Nas, I've been very happy and pleased with Nas. He's playing so hard. He's playing so hard. And that's been kind of my thing with him all year, all summer, is that Nas needs to be the hardest guy on the court. He needs to be playing harder than anybody else. And if he is, he's going to give himself a chance, you know, to be in the rotation, to play minutes, to impact the game. And he's doing that. And he's doing that. He worked his butt off, man. And he's a really good shooter, much better than people know. All right, youngin. Much better than people know. And I've been very happy with him. I want him to be a lot more, you know, he's becoming a lot more vocal, actually. I want him to be one of the guys that guy gets it going out there. I want to feel comfortable putting eyes on him and say, you guard him, you know, you guard him with those athletic gifts. He's competitive, you know. I want to be able to say, Nas, you got him. You know, you take him for 2 or 3 minutes and see if we slow him down. So.
I want to go back to your values, the pace thing. I understand that was brought up in your interview, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about, or what question brought that out of you to bring up the pace?
I think it's simple. It's like, what kind of coach? What do I believe in? You know, from a coaching standpoint, what things are really important to me? And you know, those things are very important to me. Being prepared, being accountable myself first and foremost, and then I can hold these guys accountable. Being able to communicate openly with the guys, because I think, you know, that's one of the things that a lot of coaches miss on is communicating. And I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, I'm sure, but that's not gonna be one of them. You know, I'm gonna be able to communicate with these dudes, and then just executing. You know, everything comes down to executing. That's just not on the floor. That's everywhere. You know, that's everywhere. You got to be able to execute things that you talk about.
I understand that so far you've kind of developed the habit of greeting everyone when you come to the office, saying hi to everyone. You do that every day?
Yeah, but I don't. That's not a thing. That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? You see people, you say hello. You know, you talk to them. Like, that's just how I was raised. Really, like, I'm not going out of my way. Y'all will find, everybody will find that the things that I do is just who I am. I don't go out of my way or fake this or that. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. But that's just how I was raised, man. Like, I speak to people. I'm pleasant. I'm happy every day. My life is beautiful, man. I'm so blessed, you know. So that's just who I am. So the fact that that's like a thing is like weird to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like weird to me. Yeah. Yeah.
You know how this league can be, though. Hierarchies.
Unfortunately, but I never been that way. You know, in my playing days, when I was hoisting up the MVP trophy, when I was on the bench, not good enough to play, I was always the same cat. I was always the same cat, and that'll never change.
There was a scene from the other day that I kind of want to develop a little bit. Was when we were talking to Brown, and McNamara was shooting half quarters. First of all, what were you talking to Brown about? You don't have to get too detailed, but like,
We was just, yeah, he was frustrated they hadn't won a game that day, and he was just like, man, what can I do? Help our team, you know. It's just, yeah.
And then you go to Ben and say, "You're still shooting these?" And he makes it. I mean,
Yeah.
what were you trying to get across to Ben at that point?
Oh, I'm just talking stuff to him, man. Yeah, I'm just talking stuff, just challenge. I'm big on like little stuff like that, like challenging dudes to do this or to do that, or telling them they can't do it, knowing that I know they're gonna try harder, you know, to prove me wrong. And they, most of the time, they always do. Yeah. Before the practice today, if y'all see that basket over there, so there's numbers on that basket. It's 5, 4, 3, so it's a finishing basket, you know, so you're working on your finishes. So I told Ant yesterday that there's no way he could beat me on that finishing basket, so I called him out today before practice, and he crushed me. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow.
Is the key just applying English on that?
Yeah, some of the spots you gotta like English or get it up high, but we go right hand, left hand, Euro step, both hands. He put it on me. So I'll be back tomorrow.
This isn't as interesting, but apparently, like his coaches now can challenge out of bounds calls in the final couple minutes. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
All of it is just so new to me, so
Good luck to Scott.
I'm scared. I'll be scared of it because, late in the game like that, you don't want to lose a timeout. So, I mean, that's going to be a real judgment call, I'm already talking to these dudes about first quarter and second quarter. Don't come running over there with all this. No, I ain't doing it. Even if they blew the call, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the top players just picked up their fourth foul or something, and it's questionable. I might have to take a chance, but don't look over here with all that. Don't want to hear
A
that.
lot of times they're wrong, too.
Of course, I'm definitely not. I'm not trusting no player in that situation. I wouldn't trust me if I was a player. I ain't trusting them. No. We play harder. We'll make the possession up later.
Back to your acronym, the pace. I mean, it does apply on the court as well. I mean, you want to pick up the pace here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that entail? What does that mean that they have to do?
I think one of the main things, Jason, and I did a little drill today, but I think one of the main things is focusing on kick aheads, like kicking the ball up the floor. I don't care how fast the guy is, he can't outrun that basketball, So one of the things, because Dame and CJ, they play at like this real methodical pace, that's who they are. That's fine.
So you're talking the first pass after an inbounds.
Yeah, so rebound, Nurk, he gets it to Dame, boom, Norm or whoever, Nas, whoever, they up ahead, kick it ahead, see if we can attack. If we don't have it, we'll throw it back. But I just that flattens the defense out, and it just makes you play with a little more urgency, And now there'll be times when the game don't suggest that,
Right.
or we have to do it a different way, or we got to run a half-court set, But for the most part, I want us to be better this year with just kind of kick aheads and playing a little quicker.
Have you always been an acronym type guy?
I've always been but I've always been I love quotes and stuff like that. Like, I know y'all can't go in the weight room, but I have, some quotes that I really like in there. I got something going up in the film room. I've always kind of been into that.
Anybody in particular you draw from? Or?
Nah, I'm just all over. I'm all over the map. Just whatever touches me and makes me think.
So when you got hired and you come back and you saw all this in the weight room, out the window and stuff, what did you think? Did you like it?
Well, that's when I was like, dang, this is really official. Like, this is really how, how I want it to be. I want guys to walk by that every single day, because we're gonna get in some tough, spots this year, and we're gonna refer back to these things, So yeah, that kind of made it real a little bit when you start seeing stuff like that.
Was that when you came back for summer league practice? Or
Yeah, well, actually, we had a rendition of that was smaller, and so I had them see if they could redo that one and make the letters a little bigger. So they did that. It's been pretty cool. Yep.
But
All right, now y'all have a good day.
Yep, you too.
All right.
Those or